Now, if you were to basically give three messages to young people, what would they be? And if you have to give three messages to the government in terms of how we should revive our economy, what should they be?
If it was the young people, stay alive, stay sane and stay young. These three things you must do. And wait, let's see what opportunities open up. Whatever opportunity opens up, are you fit enough to take that opportunity? That's all the question is. Suppose you are a wave rider, you're surfing on the waves in the ocean. What are you looking for? A big wave, isn't it? Somebody who does not know how to ride a wave or somebody who does not know how to swim, a big wave is terrifying. For one who knows how to ride the wave, his dream is a tsunami. He would like to have a tsunami because riding on 100-foot wave is his dream, all right? So right now, there is a certain upheaval. If you're fit enough to ride that wave, then you will see there are many possibilities, all right? Well, life may not be easy, but it will be exciting and wonderful. You must decide whether you want an easy life or a fantastic experience of life. Because in this life, there is nothing other than the profoundness of our experience and the impact we can create in the world. These are only two things we have. Rest is all just, decorations for our life. The real thing is only this, how deep is my experience of this life? When it comes to activity, what is the impact that I can create in this world? Somebody thinks impact means they can go home and two or three people are at home, they will create impact on them. That's their idea of impact. Somebody will do it on a little larger community, maybe their larger family or community or nation or the world. I mean, everybody chooses according to their capacity or what they think is their capacity. But the important thing is for everybody, when it comes to activity, impact is important, isn't it? Even a housewife who has chosen to just stay at home, when she cooks, when somebody, her husband and children eat, she wants her cooking to have impact on them, both in terms of appreciation and health and well-being and everything. So I'm saying however small an act we do, what we're looking for is impact and profoundness of experience within ourselves. For this, you gear yourself up. Let this pass, it'll pass in a few months. When it passes, let's open our eyes and look what opportunities. There will be a whole lot of opportunities. We must grab that. Till then, you stay alive, you stay sane and you stay young. Young means you're still alive in the making. You don't know what is worry. You're looking for adventure. When you're looking for adventure, you're not looking for a tame job which will come your way and which will give you livelihood. You're looking for adventure. Youth means you must looking for adventure. This is an adventurous time. You must make use of it. For the government, one thing they must ensure is, because agricultural activity, we must invest in that, I think they're beginning to do that. Release the farmer from the shackles, break open the markets in the world for our agricultural produce, because we can become the breadbasket of the world because of the latitudinal spread and 12-month agriculture and 60% of the population knowing this magic of transforming mud into food. It's not a simple thing. All these three ingredients are there. Only problem is, we have not sorted out the problems of lack of scale in agriculture. We have not sorted out how to break through the markets. If there was scale, the farmer would have broken the markets himself. But there is no scale, he owns 2 acres, 2.5 acres on an average. So he doesn't have the scale to go and open up some market. Government must open the market and also create the power of scale. Power of scale does not mean we have to integrate the land and do one communist country or something. All we have to do is, the input is going super waste in the country, because for every 2-3 acres that you have a barbed wire fence, you have a borewell, you have an electric connection, you have your own system, and every day you have to go sit there just to turn on the switch and turn off the switch, all right? It's such a waste. If you really look at it, 500 million people in this country, their hands could be released for 300 days in a year. With 65 days of going to the farm, if you integrate agriculture and marketing processes, 65 days you can grow 2 effective crops, successful crops, This is all it takes. That means 300 days you will have 500 million people hands-free. How many things you can do if you look at it in terms of skill development and create various possibilities for them. 500 million people, their hands-free for 300 days in a year with necessary opportunities. If you create facilities and possibilities for that, that will happen. Our investments have to spread from the cities, it's very important. Right now in the world, over 70% of the world's investment is in 32 cities. No wonder everybody is piling up into this city, which is a mess. When I say city, I would say 40% of the people in our cities are living in sub-animal levels of hygiene and well-being. One day I happened to go to, I don't know what slum it is. This side of the road, I was going to… you may know you're familiar with Mumbai, right? I'm not so… this thing. I was going to IIT Mumbai. On the right side is all fancy buildings, big buildings are there. On the left side is a slum. It was post-monsoon time. The entire slum, which runs into probably 150 acres or more, everybody is walking in about a foot of filth. It seems it's regular. When the monsoon happens, the sewage will overflow from somewhere, the entire region is this much. Everybody is walking in that and they're just living there as if it's normal. So, this is the condition they're living in because all the investment is in the cities, naturally people migrate. Pre-virus, it was predicted that by 2030, 220 million people will migrate from villages to cities in this country. Now reverse migration is happening and we think that's a problem. That's not the problem. Actually, they've solved the problem for you in many ways because they'll take many months to get the courage to come back, all right? This will disrupt some of the businesses. There are many problems. I'm not trying to belittle the problems of the existing businesses, but these problems are our problems. These problems are created by us. We have no business to make the next generation inherit these problems from us. So the most important thing is the government should ensure, in terms of agriculture, we are super positioned, we are in the pole position but our engine doesn't start. That's the problem, we are in a race. If you think you're in a race, you got the pole position in terms of latitudinal spread that you have, in terms of 60% still being in this. Just imagine in this pandemic, suppose 90% of your population was in industrial work or services, whatever. 3 months closure means finished. Now because 65% is still in agriculture, you're not worried about them because they'll somehow manage, they're still scratching the land and they'll grow something and something will happen. So you're only worrying about 30 to 40% of the population now. If you had to worry about 90% of the population, it would be a whole different challenge, isn't it? So we have to make sure that this entire movement of people into the cities must go. This means we must move from mass production to production by the masses. So many things that we are doing as industry, very easily it can be done at the local level. For this, we must strengthen the training processes and quality control. Production, you leave it to the people, let them do it whichever way. If it's a certain quality, we take it, if it doesn't, we don't take it. They all become entrepreneurs. They should not be looking for jobs. 90% of the people are entrepreneurs, production can be taken, not all of it can be done like this, but a whole lot of it can be done like this. If you look at Japan, people always talk about the few big companies of Toyota or Sony or Mitsubishi, something like this. They're not the real Japan. There is a whole lot of small industry in Japan which holds such expertise in technology that this is the collaboration we need, not the big companies. The big companies will come with their own marketing force and everything. The small companies which hold various skills, that is the kind of skill that should come, and to exercise that skill, they don't have to move to the city. In the village itself they can do. I would say in every village, create at least 5 acres of industrial space, at least 5 acres. And in every place where there is at least 5,000 people, at least 5 acres of industrial space, see what all industries can produce there. Produce there does not mean the main industry itself need not go there and produce. They will do the training, they will do the quality control, individual people, local entrepreneurs will do their own thing. We need to do that because in a country of this density of population, if they all start piling up on the cities, already most cities are unlivable. Most cities are unlivable. Unfortunately, a wonderful city like Bangalore in 25 years, it's become unlivable, quite unlivable, isn't it?